today we're just gonna practice and try and improve our Okizeme game, because what it does, it helps you pressure your opponent while they're getting up. So for example, you sweep your opponent like so, but then your opponent will just go for a jab just to interrupt your pressure. But if you plan your options to your opponent's wake up accordingly, so let's say you sweep, oops, and you go for a timely throw, then it'll stuff out your opponent's crouching jab. Or even better, if you go for a meaty crouching medium, that's even better, because that leads you to even better damage. You get me? So that's the sort of thing that you might need to look out for in order for yourself to improve onto your offense a bit. So when it comes to being a strong player, Okizeme is a really good technique to use. So let's do a combo first. Do that. So because I did the drive rush overhead as a meaty, not only gives like a nearly 50% reset combo, but it allows you to drive him into the corner, like depending on your spacing, really. And there is like a simple but yet effective meaty setup. So it's all frame dependent. Alright, so I set up the option for him to just go for the light punch. Let's see if I were to go for a throw instead, and then my opponent has the same idea. Because you know, like, if you time your throw right while your opponent is getting up, then your throw will beat your opponent's jab. If you mistime your meaty, then you'll eat a throw. So that's definitely something that you need to consider accordingly with your Oki game. So your opponent is teching no matter what. If I were to do the crouching light punch and the throw at the same time as both options, oops, just delayed the meeting for a bit, but at least I got a trade out of that, so kudos. You see that? So if your opponent goes straight for just a throw or just a crouching jab, but as long as you consider your Oki options accordingly, like just a crouching meaty, then you'll beat both options for your opponent. But what if your opponent would go ahead and tech after 3 frames? 3 frames aren't really enough. There we go. So if your opponent just keeps on blocking every word to delay tech after the knockdown, then that's fine. Neither one will be receiving damage. if your opponent delays his tech, and then I just went for just a throw immediately after he was getting up, but then he just delayed teching, then it'll be good for the opponent. Okay, so what I did just now was a little shimmy while my opponent is getting up. So if my opponent is actually committed to the delay tech, then he'll automatically whiff that throw tech, and then I'll be able to punish him hard for it. Example. Yeah, this what happens when my opponent didn't expect me to do a shimmy. So it's always good to consider your options when it comes to using the Okizeme, because that sort of technique comes with absolute practice and experience with the character matchup and your player matchup. So the more you get used to that sort of thing, you'll be able to master the Okizeme in no time. So if you manage to optimize your Okizeme in space and mana management, you'll definitely go far. That much I can guarantee you. It's all about optimization as well. So it's always good to optimize everything that you do, not just combos and all that. There we go. So that's all I can practically say on my opinion on how Okizemes go. I mean, I'm still like new into Okizemes, even though that I'm got like 10-year fighting game experience. There's always something to learn for a game like Street Fighter or Tekken or like even BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, and more to come. Let's get that done.